Hey everybody, I'm the Attack Artist, and today I'll be drawing my Pokesona! And oh my gosh, I had a lot of fun with this. Like, I'm legitimately so proud of this, oh my gosh. I love drawing in the Pokemon art style, so this, not only was this a treat to draw, like, I'll talk about it later in the Speedpaint, but man, I'm really proud of the Pokemon I made up, and my design, and the shading. Okay, I'll stop rambling at the beginning. Let's just get into this. So I drew this because I'm in a big old Pokemon's mood at the time of recording this. This entire Speedpaint just started on a whim. So a few days ago, I read all of my favorite animators, Jinja Ninja OWO's Pokemon comics, which is Nuzria and Lizzie Locke, which are two comics of Pokemon Platinum and one's of Pokemon X of her Nuzlocke runs. And they're like so amazing, so go read them. I'll include them in the description below, so read them please. And that caused me to be like, maybe I should create a Pokesona of me as a Pokemon trainer and make up my Pokemon team. So then I immediately started work. Literally, same day, just immediately I was like, okay, let's do this. And all in all, it only took me 4 hours, which is pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. So before I start rambling on about the designs and the Pokemon, let me briefly talk about my experience with Pokemon, because I think that will be an interesting topic since we're already talking about Pokemon, and I've briefly mentioned this in live streams and whatnot, so I thought I'd just say it here, so I don't have to re-clarify myself in whenever someone mentions Pokemon. As a kid, Pokemon was my very close second favorite thing after Zelda, and now I still love Pokemon, but I'm not as obsessed with it. But I kind of really want to get back into it. So as a kid, at one point I even thought Pokemon was my favorite thing above Zelda. Like, I was that nuts. I collected so many Pokemon plushes. Like, maybe I'll talk about this in a different video, maybe, I don't know, but I'll briefly mention it. My favorite toy as a kid was this Pikachu plush. I still have him, and oh my gosh, he is a dirty mess. In the entire lifetime of him, he's been washed so many times, but he still got so dirty because I would never stop holding him until I stopped playing with toys. And I still have him. He even has a little brother Pikachu, and then Moochie, he still has it. He had a Pokemon toy as well of Pikachu, and that was the Pikachu family. And then I also have a Ralts. And as a kid, in, I think it was second grade, there was my friend Kirsten, and she and I both loved horses. So then, as we became friends, we also learned that we loved Pokemon, and during class, we would actually play under the table. Like, we would be sitting at our desk, and we'd have our toys underneath the table. I'd be holding my Pikachu, and she brought a Zubat, and we would play with them, like, every single day, in class, under the table. I don't know how we didn't get taught. Probably the teacher knew, but since we both were good students, she didn't really care, since our grades never went down. But it was really fun. So I know the anime like the back of my hand, and I've seen the series from the first episode all the way up to X and Y. I stopped watching around episode 30 of that season, before she even cut her hair short. Apparently Serena did that, and anyway, I haven't watched since. I really lost interest after Black and White because that season was terrible. I mean, they frickin' made Team Rocket, who is supposed to be the comedy relief, who's always silly, actually bad and serious. No jokes, no comedy, and oh my gosh, I hated it so much. And I didn't like the companions either. I just didn't. Terrible season. Please, if you're gonna like watch the Pokemon anime, honestly, just skip Black and White. I hate it. Anyway, I actually haven't played too many of the games, even though I've seen a lot of the anime, so most of my knowledge is from the anime. So I've played Pokepart 1 and 2, which are incredibly underrated games. I mean, I haven't played them in a long time, several years, but I remember them being very lighthearted, casual fun. Like, if you're just in for a game that's not serious, just really casual, I mean, the game is probably made for babies, but it's just casual fun. I really like it. Anyway, I've played a few of the Mystery Dungeon games, which I love with all my heart. I love them. Oh my gosh. And I beat X, which I love so much. The soundtrack, And I played, like, only the first 30 minutes of Platinum. However, I saw an entire Let's Play of that, and I played through a bunch of Moon. But I don't even remember Moon because I stopped playing, and it's been so long since I played that I just lost track of it. But besides that, and besides watching a few Let's Plays of some Pokemon games, that's really about it. Shield and Sword looks really nice, in my opinion. And I know there's a lot of issues that bother a lot of people, like how you don't get all the Pokemon from previous games. And the thing is, originally that didn't bother me too much, but now it kind of does bother me, especially learning how much Pokemon were cut out. Like, there's a lot of starters missing and stuff, and it's like, so that kind of does bother me. But it's a game that's on the console because I don't really like handheld gaming, so that would get me more into it being on the console. And the game looks pretty, and there's camping, and it just looks nice, so I'm thinking of probably getting that. I mean, I might play it for fun, or I might maybe let's play it as a Nuzlocke. We'll see. It depends, because I've never done a Nuzlocke before, and I'm not a good player, so if I did do a Nuzlocke, let me just say, probably everyone would die. I mean, I'm not bad at Pokemon, but I probably am not nearly as good as players who play a lot. But anyway, now that all of that random, well, not necessarily random, but rambling talk is out of the way, let's start talking about the actual Speedpaint, starting with the design of my Pokeprsona. So, when designing my Pokesona, I looked at my character in both my X and my Moon save files. I went for my Moon look because I liked it just honestly a lot more. You can't see it since this is just a half body drawing, but for the character design, I decided that I'm actually wearing thigh-high boots. And does that make sense for a summer outfit? Nope, but fashion, I guess, and I really like boots. I might actually make a winter or fall outfit version at some point, since this is what I'd wear for summer/spring. So if I do make that outfit, I'd probably be wearing a trench coat because I like trench coats. So we'll see about that. I originally was going to give myself long hair like I always wear in real life and what I always draw my persona in, but truthfully, I actually wear my hair up in a ponytail a lot, so I decided to mix it up by drawing myself with that hairstyle instead. It actually makes more sense too, because if I'm traveling around a hot island, I'd most definitely have my hair up. It also was like super duper fun to draw myself in a different hairstyle, so there's that. After designing myself, I took a long time Googling and getting reference images and figuring out what Pokemon I would have. I decided not to include Pikachu or Eevee since they're obvious picks. Even though I love you guys, I love Pikachu and Eevee. I'm sorry, don't get offended, Pokemon, I love you too. You guys are just really popular and I wanted to have a more diverse team. So when I finally picked, I was not planning on making them OCs or even giving them names or personality. So everything is just made up on the fly. Like, as I was drawing, everything came to me as I was drawing, and I was like, this will be their name, this will be their personality, and like, I was writing down notes as I was drawing. And it was really fun to make up OCs though, because I actually have a lot of OCs in a story I'm currently making that I've been making for like 5 years at this point. But that story and those characters aren't online on the internet at all at the moment, so it's nice to make some public OCs. I'm actually kind of proud of their backstories and personalities since I just came up with them as I was drawing, and I've come up with a lot more informations and changes as I was writing this script, so enjoy! First off, let's start with Flababy. Her name is Hibiscus since that's my favorite type of flower. And ironically, I just realized as I was writing the script that her flower that I gave her actually isn't a hibiscus. Man, I am so dumb for not doing that. Like, you'd think it would be obvious, give her hibiscus because her name is Hibiscus, but nope. So her actual flower is a silent princess because I love Zelda way too much. Her flower probably should have been hibiscus, but whatever. Silent princesses are cool too. She's really, really sweet, and she loves to hide in my hair. She desperately wants to become a person who owns a gardening shop. So because of this insane dream, she tries to communicate to other people like she herself is a person. Like, I don't think it's in her head yet that she's a Pokemon. So even though when she goes up to random strangers, all they hear is, "Flababy, Flababy," well, she'd actually be saying something dumb like, "Hello there, fellow person." I love her and I want to protect her so much. And I just made her like a few days ago, but I will protect her forever. Next up is Manaphy, my favorite Pokemon, who I've rambled on way too much. I'm sorry, I talk about Manaphy way too much. But anyway, her name is Princess because of in the Pokemon Ranger movie, the Manaphy in that is a boy and they call him the Prince of the Sea. So yeah, I'm not very creative, but her name's Princess. She's a master at fake tears and acts like a crybaby. She's a literal baby brat and treats everyone else on the team poorly. Except for me. She acts like a sugar angel bean baby who wouldn't do anything wrong. But it's actually disguised just for me because, however, she's actually secretly mean to everyone. But listen, despite her being a brat, she'd destroy anyone who treated her friends badly because that's her job, dang it. That's her job to be mean. I'm kidding. She isn't, I mean, she's mean, but she isn't like that mean. She really is just a big tsundere about it, and she secretly just loves everyone. I mean, she's got the classic tsundere pigtails, so what else would you expect? I had canon her voice to be like, "Oh, I love you so much, Mama. You're the best," in front of me. But the others, she'd be like, "Ugh, Gray, is that another tea set? When will you stop with that obsession?" And, "I don't love my friends or anything. I don't care about any of you." Classic tsundere. Then we've got Emolga, and his name is Bandit because he's a thief. Yep, very creative, I know. He constantly steals food, especially apples because that's his favorite, and anything and everything shiny. He's super sassy and snarky, and basically he escaped from a Pokemon professor's lab after stealing something super important. I'm not sure what it is. I'm just coming up with this as I was writing the script. So he kind of was on the run when I find him. And if this ever becomes a real story, which I doubt because I don't want it to end up like my Zelda Ask blog, I have a horrible habit of starting big projects and then just never working on them again. But anyways, that all aside, if this did become some kind of story, maybe that would be the thing that starts off the plot. So it would be like the professor is trying to chase down this Emolga and get his thing back, whatever that thing may be, while Team Rocket or some bad guys are trying to get it too. I don't know, just made it up on the fly. Might be a good idea or not. And then we've got Poltegeist. That's my favorite new Pokemon because I love puns and tea. Their name is Earl Grey because it's my favorite tea. I'm not really sure what I'd call them for short since it's a mouthful to say Earl Grey every single time, so maybe Grey? Yeah, Gray works, I guess? I don't know. I'd say that Gray is the least fleshed out at the moment. Get it? Because he's a ghost. So I think he's a trickster? Like, he tries to pull pranks by scaring people and getting a good laugh. He haunted this old tea set from some old mansion, so when I bought the tea set, it was, well, accidentally haunted. Maybe he was a ghost of the manor originally? I'd headcanon him to have a very stoic and serious British voice. Don't ask me how, but even though he's a ghost, his secret talent is making tea. I mean, I might keep that idea, or I might just scrap it because literally that makes no sense. But whatever, might as well just say this idea in case I do just scrap it in the future, because it doesn't make any sense. Next, it's one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, Shaman. I also really love the movie he stars in, but it's been forever since I've seen it, so I don't recall if it was a good Pokemon movie or not. Anyway, my Shaman is called Thorn because when he gets scared, which is a lot, his leaves turn into thorns. He's extremely shy and gets scared super easily. He also has the unfortunate fear of heights, so he never transforms into his sky form. If this was a story, he'd probably finally get over his fear of heights and be braver and transform into his sky form for some story-related thing, I'm guessing. Last, but most definitely not least, is Argarok. She's named after the dragon from Twilight Princess. Now, she was originally going to be male, but when I was drawing this, I accidentally made her eye feminine, and, well, it stuck. She's a big overprotective mom to everyone, but especially Thorn. As a Charizard, she was super duper strong, and she was reckless and just very noisy and loud because she had all this energy, and this is what caused her to miss one eye. Probably like in battle or something. Maybe she fell. I'm not sure. So when she was an adult Charizard though, I tried to Mega Evolve her and like maybe her strength was too much for the Mega Stone, or maybe the Mega Stone was damaged, but because of some reason, it cracked and it broke during transformation, so it caused her to be permanently in Mega form, which causes pain to her body, which makes her sickly, because all that power is going to have a consequence. She never really fights anymore unless it's an emergency because of this. She's mostly used to keep everyone warm when it gets cold and for flying transportation, which Thorn hates, of course. She's also very quiet compared to herself when she was a Charizard. And that's all of my new Pokemon OCs! I'm so thrilled with how they came out, and I hope you like them as much as I do. I'd like to do more with them, since it'd be a shame to create them and then be like, well, you were just made up for that one Speedpaint. So maybe I'll put them in maybe animation memes or something. If you guys love them a lot, I might make it into a Pokemon comic or like maybe a few. It would give myself practice for making comics, which would be good because I think I've only made like 2 comics in my life and they were like 4 panels. So tell me if you're interested in that, I guess. If it did ever become a comic, you could thank Jinja Ninja OWO for her inspiration. Because of her Pokemon comics. I maybe like a small animated series? Maybe? I have a lot on my plate, so we'll see. The most likely thing is that they'd appear in animation memes, probably. Unless they got super popular somehow. So I'm just rambling at this point and throwing out ideas, so I'll just end it here. So, thank you guys for watching! If you like this, feel free to check out some of my other speed paints and animations. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe for more art and video game related stuff. So, I'm the Otaku Artist, and I'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye!